Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. My wife and I are both collectors of various different things. For myself it's vintage Star Wars figures and other action figures from that time period, the 70s and 80s. But for my wife at the moment, she's collecting Labubus. Personally, I'd never heard of them myself until she bought some. Labubus are a collectible designer plush toy created by Hong Kong-Belgian designer Casing Lung. These are marketed and exclusively sold by China-based retailer Popmart. They come in all kinds of different shapes and sizes. Some even have accessories. You can even get clear hard cases for them now to keep them dust free. I must admit they are quite colourful to look at, and there are some interesting designs. Their popularity has really boomed in recent years, more so this year in 2025. They've been popping up just about everywhere on social media, and I guess this is probably how my wife stumbled across them. She started off buying these smaller ones in the blind boxes. They come out in waves of 6. And obviously you buy a mystery box and you get a chance of getting one of those 6. Of course you don't know which one you're going to get. There's also a mystery one as well, and you've got a chance of 1 in 72 of getting that one. Aimed at the adult market, they've become very popular amongst collectors. And as with all popular things that come along, you also end up getting your counterfeits. And unfortunately my wife seems to think she may have got some. Some people on social media groups have nicknamed these fakes as LAFUFUs. And ironically, these themselves have become collectible. So in today's video we're going to have a look and compare what she's bought, and we'll show you the differences in what she's bought and talk about our experiences. We've got 3 boxes here to look at. 2 lots here she bought from China through eBay, and these are the ones she suspects may not be genuine. And on the right here we have one that she knows to be genuine. So first off, let's have a look at the outer carton that they come in. These boxes hold all 6. At first glance, looking at the box, everything looks to be in order. You have very nice bright packaging, and all the printing on the side of the box and on the back is exactly the same. Even the QR code matches up and takes you to the correct website on all 3 boxes. However, there is one big difference on all 3 boxes. On the logo where it says Big Into Energy, the hologram effect is different on all 3. The cardstock they've used on all 3 boxes all appears to be the same. They all have that nice smooth finish. Looking at the individual boxes themselves, again everything appears to be in order, apart from the Big Into Energy logo. The hologram there is different on all 3 again. Also on the one on the right there, this one came from England and it's got a warning logo on the back. Importer distributor Popmart UK Corporation Limited. Strange, it does sound that this is not a toy. This is an adult item, collectible item, not to be used for under 15 years old, it looks like it says. Small parts choking hazard. So that seems a bit odd to me. Next item of notable difference is the bags themselves that they come in. These foil packets. The one here on the right that came from England has the back of the writing, the high into energy, and the inside of the bag as well. Obviously it's back to front, but on the other ones that came from China there is no writing on the inside. Let's look at the cards next. These appear to be just about the same on the fronts. Slight colour difference and shading. But when you turn it over, one of them is blue. My wife says they're supposed to be the same colour as the front. And finally, what you've all been waiting for, let's have a look at the plush dolls themselves. We have 3 boxes here of the same range, and we'll compare one and the same figure from each box. I must say at first glance I was finding it hard to find a difference in them. Obviously these are tie-dye, so they're not going to be identical in the colour scheme. They're going to have different shades of colour all over. But as you can see here, one's face on the right there is slightly pink, whereas the one on the left is slightly yellow. And also the teeth. There is a misprint on the teeth there. The paint has gone over the edge. Apparently you don't get that on the genuine ones, but I've heard other people have had it. Another subtle difference is also the eyes. These are the 2 we suspect as being fake. The one on the left, the eyes are quite dark. They're supposed to go from dark to light to the bottom. And the one on the right here is the genuine one. The pupils on this are right at the top as well. The middle one there looks a little bit drunk because the right pupil looking at it is slightly lower than the one on the left. And then there's the tags. The tags look pretty much identical, but one thing I did notice was where the washing instructions are, the care instructions, the hand looks kind of strange and cartoonish on the ones that came from China, whereas the ones that we got from the UK had a more natural looking hand. And one other difference we noticed was the ring there that connects to your bag, so you can attach it to things. This one's a different colour compared to the other 2. It's one of the ones we suspect as fake as being a different colour. Couldn't see any difference in the feet. There was a little bit of a paint spill on one of the toes, but apart from that they were fine. The next thing we decided to do was to scan the QR codes on each of these three to see what we come up with, and interestingly the link was a little bit different on each one. Looking from the left, we think the first two are the fake ones, and the third one on the right we think is genuine. Now of course these all have their own unique codes for obviously verification that they're genuine or not on the website. The first code we scanned, and one of the ones we think are fake, took us nowhere. The next one we scanned, that we also think is fake, took quite a long time for the website to load. Its default language was in Chinese, but it did actually look like a Popmart site. And last but not least, the one that we think is genuine, when I scanned that, the site loaded quite quickly, certainly a lot faster than the other one. And the welcome screen on this one was a lot more friendly looking. On the back of each box you've got a little QR code there as well, and you rub away the bottom to reveal its unique number. So I decided to do that with all three of these as well. This is the first one that we think is fake, and straight away the web address says completely different to anything we've scanned so far. I would have thought the QR code website on the box would match up with the figure itself, but maybe not. This site appears to be quite slow as well, and it also asks me to type in the complete number. And it says it's genuine. It does say it's already had a first verification done. This code has been verified for many times. I don't know if that's just bad translation. And now for the one that we think is genuine. And again, this web address here and the numbers at the end there look different to what we scanned on the actual figure itself. But the website is a lot quicker and it looks quite genuine. And it's also bringing up the 4-box code here, whereas the other one didn't. So you don't have to type in every single digit. Now we did actually verify this one earlier off camera, and it did say that we were the first time to be verifying it. This time obviously it says it's already been done. And it's giving the date and time that we did it. And now for the last one that we think is fake. And again the link there is slightly different, the numbers are different, and this one took an absolute age to load, so I had to edit this down because it was like a minute waiting. And straight away it's got a little exclamation mark there, and there we go, it's got a triangle exclamation mark now, so some kind of warning. But it is putting up the 4-digit code box. But one thing on this one, it wasn't remembering that I was in number mode. I had to keep changing back from character back to number. So this one does seem a little bit suspect. This site put up a little tip. This anti-counterfeiting code has been identified multiple times. To ensure the safety of your shopping, please enter the anti-counterfeiting code for verification to protect your consumer rights. Again, this doesn't feel quite right, and it comes across as bad translation. But it does say verified as genuine by Popmart. Again, this code has been verified for many times. And it gives a date and time there and when it was verified. So there you have it. I think that just about brings us to the end of this video. Once again, we're not stating that these are fake and these are genuine. We're just sharing our experiences, entering the information on the websites, scanning all those QR codes, and getting all those different results. One of the codes we scanned took us nowhere, and one of the other ones put up warning signs. Along with all those subtle differences that we pointed out, it does kind of make you wonder. We're quite certain the one we bought from England is genuine. It certainly appears to be, registered that way, but the other two we're not sure about. Well, I'd like to hear what other people's experiences are with these things. Feel free to leave your experiences and thoughts in the comments. I'm sure other people have probably come across the same situation that we have. As I mentioned before, these 2 lots that my wife bought that she thinks may be fake were bought through eBay, as she has been since in contact with the seller based in China. Well, I guess that just about brings to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching that with me. I hope you found it informative. Getting landed with counterfeit items when you think you're buying genuine does kind of put a bit of a downer on the hobby. But in saying that, it is quite interesting seeing just how good the fakes can be, if they are indeed fake. as even the genuine toy manufacturers can have defects sometimes and quality control issues. So I guess that just leaves me to say, as always, thanks for watching, and until the next video, I'll be seeing you. And if you did enjoy watching this video, you may want to consider looking at some of my other videos on similar themes. I'm usually buying something on eBay to relive that nostalgia, and I have plenty more videos planned for the future. Thanks for watching.